great. And then you got the thing, or the thing.
Oh yeah, that's actually. Oh, hi.
Oh, we're on.
We're on.
So fast.
I know, it's pretty easy. So, hey everybody, it's Lynn from Mossamy and the Beauty Collective. I'm here with Lindsay from Veriphy.
Nice to see you guys.
And we are at Palm Springs Vitamin Infusions, which is a very zen oasis here in downtown Palm Springs, where we have our shelf of curated conscious beauty products. You can see it right behind Lindsay there, including Veriphy and including Mossamy. So we're going to talk a little bit about Veriphy today. I've been doing these founder interviews, and it's really fun to do it in person.
So much nicer to do in person.
And we don't have our glass of wine yet, but we will soon.
After.
That will come after. That will be our reward, right? So let's talk a little bit about you and your brand. And I just want to get a little bit more insight into what made you want to do this crazy journey, because it is not easy launching a brand, people. It is really hard. And when you're in it, sometimes I'm like, well, why am I doing this?
I know. It's a crazy journey. I think for me, so I came to Veriphy because I was using it, and it was owned by a big biotech company that had discovered this amazing ingredient, and they were just stopping the brand. I'm like, I can't stop the brand.
I did not know this.
You know the story?
I did not know the story.
Yeah, huge biotech company.
So why would they stop the brand?
Because they were selling their ingredient onto a big Swiss company for the ingredient's sake, and they built this beautiful brand that I started using. And then I found out that it was going to be discontinued, and so
I had to buy it.
Yeah, well, I love skincare.
I know, but that's you must have really loved it.
It's a love, in those moments. It truly was one of those moments. Someone told me that they were going out of business, and I'm just like, I need to buy it. It was like a thunderbolt hit.
But how did you even know that was an option? Did they have a lot of inventory? I have so many questions.
Yeah,
I have so many questions.
We have a long conversation. They had inventory, they had brand. It's all custom formulas because they were all clinically trialed. So it was the IP, everything that came with it. They were still selling through, and they just didn't. They just weren't going to continue with the brand side of things.
Okay.
So that's where I came in, and it's a vegan product, but it's a vegan form of glycogen that they discovered.
Okay.
It's so hydrating, and that's why this Swiss company came in and they wanted the ingredient, food supplements, all this stuff. And then it's clean as well, which is great. So we actually just had a story published about us in CNET as one of the top 5 biotech skincare products. We were the only clean one that was mentioned.
That is amazing.
It was really cool. Actually, they talked about the woman's background who wrote the story. I should introduce her. She came from a biotech hair care background.
Oh, interesting.
And so she was big into biotech hair care, and so she was commissioned to write this piece on biotech skincare, which is, for people who aren't aware on the biotech skincare, it's taking ingredients that have clinical results, but that are done in a very safe, natural way. So you're not putting synthetic chemicals and all that. And so Veriphy has a vegan form of glycogen that was discovered, which is made from non-GMO sweet corn, which sounds random, but it just has really high water retention properties. And then we're a clean line, and we also say, if your skincare is effective, you don't need 20 different products.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're a 5-step skin system that works.
I love the simplicity of it.
And everyone's like, oh, you have to have so many products to scope.
You don't need the separate one for here and one for here and one for there and one for there. No, I agree.
When they work well and they work together and they're designed in certain ways.
Yeah.
So, and we have a very high amount of our active ingredient, which is the vegan glycogen, in each thing. And our manufacturer's like, should we scale it back? Should we? Like, no. We'll pay extra money to make sure that it's very, very
So these 5 products were the same ones that you bought. So you didn't add or you didn't take away?
No, didn't add, didn't take away.
Interesting.
We do have other formulas, of other products, but as we were going through it, this works. We're in this world of skin flooding and active ingredients combating with each other and counteracting with each other sometimes. Yeah. So we're just like, no, this is, and my mantra in life is for me is less is more.
Yeah.
Just with everything going on. So that's how it started. And
then how long ago was that?
A year and a half ago.
It's not that long ago.
No, so not that long ago. And it was in Canada, so it was discovered in the University
Okay.
lab in Canada, and then now we've brought it into the US. And I'm actually Canadian, so I feel
Oh,
like
so many
oh my
connections.
gosh, so many connections.
Do you still talk to them?
Yeah, so the CEO of the biotech company, his name was Phil, is just an amazing man. I'm still in touch with him, and then Allison, who was one of the women who worked for the biotech company, who was really spearheaded the launch. Still in touch with her, and yeah, so it's been good, but it's like not easy to build a brand. So
It's not easy. I mean, how long was it in existence before you got it?
3 years.
Okay, so they had a little bit of
Yes,
awareness.
yes.
Obviously, you had found it.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
Through a friend.
Interesting. So they had some word of mouth. They had some traction. Not maybe a massive amount,
A
but
lot in Canada because they
A lot in
originated
Canada, yeah.
in Canada.
That makes
and then
sense.
I think just my network is Canadian too, so hence why I heard of it. And then since we just did Costco. We're right now in the Costco Beauty Advent calendars,
oh,
which is amazing. So for the Christmas beauty calendars this year in Costco, and that's in the U.S. and Canada, which
that's
is
fun.
amazing. So it's starting to get more traction.
Yeah.
And the thing I love is that customer acquisition is so hard, but for us, like once we get a customer, we've got a 47% returning customer rate.
That's
which
huge.
Is really huge for beauty. Like
It's huge.
for
Yeah,
skincare
ours is
especially.
like 30%, which for
That's
hair
huge.
care is really high
Yeah.
because it's about 13% is the average hair care. It's
Right?
really
So-
low.
But that's what I think independent beauty brands do so well is
Yeah.
that they make such great products.
Yes, and
So when
that people
start
really
using
love.
them,
Yeah.
they'll keep using them
Yeah.
versus when you're buying something that's mass produced, they're trying to cut corners, right? Like
Oh, totally.
if you get bought by a big company, they're gonna go in and they're gonna like take your ingredient formulas and go to like a cheaper. We get it, economies
Yeah.
of scale that they have to do. So that's why I think that indie beauty brands are so much more effective than mainstream ones because if the founders have put the care and
Yeah.
attention into the
Super high
formulas.
quality ingredients.
Yeah.
And also, if you're like, I mean, you probably, if you would have created from scratch, you probably would have done this. But you probably know because of all your kind of having to dig into all the research and the formulations. Like when you're building a brand and you're creating it, like we're tracing all those ingredients. We know what
Yes.
exactly, like our chemist, she actually does her own organic aloe. That's like super high quality because that's something people don't realize is there are like degrees of good within like aloe or within like hyaluronic acid. There's good ones and there's not so good ones. And just because you have an ingredient doesn't make it a great formula or a great ingredient per se. But when you have a really high quality, like nutrient dense, concentrated, like our Mikado, it grows in Northeast Japan where it's like mineral rich,
Exactly.
and I think if they tried to replicate it and grow it here, it wouldn't have the same,
And indie beauty can you go the extra mile to make it because it's you in that bottle.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
it's your creation.
That's 100%. And you want people to feel as passionate as you do about it.
Yeah.
So
you want
it's
it to work. Like you want it to
100%.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part of the journey so far?
I love the customer responses. Like I love when we get testimonials that'll come in, or we sold out of the cleanser, and in a good way. But like, the amount of people that wrote it, being like, "When is this cleanser coming back? I have rosacea. This is the only cleanser." So like just to see that people are so passionate, about it. And because I was that person too, when I found out that the brand was like maybe not going to be, I'm like, this stuff like what? I'm like getting that.
I mean, your
response.
skin does look amazing. I mean, that is the best testament, right?
Yeah.
It's funny because I do have a lot of people that always ask me about my skincare routine, and I'm only using products from the CBC. So I'm always like,
there you go.
it's literally all clean stuff, and it makes a difference. You feel really good about it. It makes a huge difference. So what's your least favorite part of the journey so far?
Oh my gosh, the supply chain logistics.
Oh,
and having
you
to
didn't even
figure
hesitate.
that out. Oh,
You were
yeah,
like
it was
immediately.
Because we do things in glass and we get it from Korea,
Oh,
which is amazing. Now we have an amazing manufacturer in Korea of the glass bottles, but like getting the order put in and then the time it takes to ship.
I
And then we
know.
have to conjunct it with
And now with the whole impending tariffs.
I don't even like.
I literally was sitting there on our call
we
today.
We just got a fresh batch done of everything in the last few months. That'll last us. Like we did huge orders because we were getting some volume of things, and I'm like, thank goodness. Thank goodness we did it.
Yeah, that was smart that you did that because I don't have a lot from China, but I have a few things that we get. And I'm sitting here thinking, do I proactively order a lot more? But then it's storage. Then it's like also cash flow. Like if I don't need to put the money out now, do I really, you know what I mean? Like there's all those things that we think about. Well, and it's harder. A lot of people don't realize when you have a physical product that you're selling, you have to buy the inventory and the ingredients and all that stuff, and it's expensive. So every time we buy a new batch, it's like $50,000. And basically, you're fronting that because you're going to get it back in sales, but then there's the next one that you need to get, and then the next one you need to get. You're constantly fronting it, exactly. So it just is a little bit of a never-ending cycle.
Like product-based business is not for the faint-hearted.
It is not. It is not. So what advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about doing this?
Just make sure that you're really passionate about it. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I think that because I'm so passionate about it, it carries me through. Like,
Yeah.
I love responding to emails or because I love the brand and I enjoy it. But if I didn't have passion for it, like if I did interested in it being like, oh, you know what? Yeah, let's launch a beauty brand. You wouldn't survive.
Yeah, no, you're 100%. Because it's true. It's like there are days when I'm doing stuff that I did 30 years ago when I started in the business. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, maybe not because we don't use faxes now. Or, you know, we used to have to do like, I mean, I was explaining to my kids, like when I graduated, what it was like to get a job. I had to paper and circle the help wanted ads because there's no internet. Call. You have to actually call a human and like say, hey, I'm calling about the job that I saw, and they'd be like, huh? And I just think today's Gen Z would be like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're diverging a little. But okay, so let's talk a little bit more about. You're in California now.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you lived there?
10 years.
And you moved from Canada?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vancouver.
That's a pretty drastic move.
Not really.
I mean, it's West Coast.
It's West Coast.
So you're in the same time zone.
It's
So yeah,
I'm
thinking more weather and,
and
culture. Weather and culture.
I feel like West Coast people are West Coast people.
Interesting.
East Coast people are East Coast
No,
people.
despite the Canada-U.S. divide.
Yeah, I still think like West Coast mentality is
That's
very
interesting.
West Coast mentality. But the weather definitely made a difference, and it's just one of those things that I didn't realize I had SAD or was that seasonal affective disorder until I came to California. Like,
yeah, and then you're like, I really
all the time. Why am I just my mood's
That's so interesting.
And I know it's a huge difference.
Oh, that's so interesting because I do think that's one of the reasons I think we wanted to move out here too, is because I just am happier in the nice. I mean, here it is today. We're in Palm Springs. It's like 75, sunny, beautiful, right?
You're like dirty in the jacket. Go outside.
I mean, it's unbelievable. All right, so I guess we could bring it back to beauty. So, what are some other beauty products that you love from other brands?
From other brands. So I do use the K18 on my
Do you
hair.
use it?
I do use it. I found that's where I was having a lot of like fragile hair,
and it's helped with the breakage.
And that's helped with the breakage. I'm trying to think of what my I use a charcoal toothpaste from Burt's Bees. Charcoal black toothpaste.
Interesting. Okay,
yeah.
so
you put on that Yuka app and you can see what the ratings are and stuff like that. It was like the 100% rating of positive good, and I'm like, that's even going in my mouth every day.
Yeah, that's
black,
true.
So I brush my teeth and it's super black. But
if you there's a brand I'll give a shout out, Elims, ELIMS.
No,
it's Smile spelled backwards.
Oh.
They're based in LA too. Okay. You should meet her. Okay. And she has a beautiful oral care brand.
She's CBC as well?
She's not on CBC, but she has a toothpaste oral care brand. And what I like about it is the flavors. They're like lavender vanilla. Like it's like,
see, that's kind of cool.
It feels more elevated.
This is black charcoal. So
that one is going to be
brushing, but
you could use the Maple charcoal brush. They have a toothbrush.
Oh yeah, with that kind of toothpaste.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
So I do those Maple bamboo toothbrushes. I want to get. I'm going to get those. I'm just putting it out there because I like those. And think about all the plastic in our toothbrushes. Not only the actual handles, but the bristles. I worked on oral care, and well, I've worked in a lot of beauty over my life, but I did Oral B's big global campaign back in the day, and I feel like I'm making up for pushing all those bad products.
I know. I think of the things that people push. It's crazy.
I mean, they're not bad products. I shouldn't say it that way, but now with what we know about
Yeah.
sustainability and what you're put, yeah, like you don't want to be using. And
Yeah.
I work on L'Oreal.
Yeah.
L'Oreal's hair care, and hair
What I
color.
have the issue with
That's
is
good.
in the U.S. is that all of our stuff is EU compliant
Yeah.
because we're manufactured up in Canada still because they
Okay.
hire
Yeah, they're more like
they're
the
much
EU.
more strict,
Yeah.
right? Like you can't nothing. But here in the U.S. you don't have to list things.
You don't have to
under
list
a certain
things.
percent.
You don't
have to like change
fragrance is just fragrance. You don't have to put what's in the fragrance, which is also like crazy. I know.
It's horrific.
I know.
So
It's changing slowly, but it's also not consistent, and it's frustrating.
yeah.
I mean, Mokra is both good and bad. I think it's hard for small brands
Yeah.
because they put these regulations in place that are good. When you're a small brand, it's like jumping through the hoops and the
Well,
bureaucracy in the
like
U.S.
lawyers and these stuff to
Yeah,
get through it.
it's not easy.
I know you need to hire the consultants.
So,
Yeah.
well, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, here we are. Let's just talk a little bit about Palm Springs Vitamin Infusions. I'm not going to show the people getting their stuff because that might be a HIPAA compliant thing. I don't know, but I'm not going to do it.
Unplug it, or
I'm going to unplug it. We're going to go to the shelf and just talk a little bit more about this stuff. Because this is what we've got here. And we are right downtown. So right off of Palm Canyon, between Palm Canyon and Indian Canyon is where Palm Springs Vitamin Infusions is. This place is great because you can get your banana bag for a hangover. You can get your beauty glow up. They do all kinds of fun stuff. And they're actually starting to do some skincare stuff too. Yeah, they're going to start doing some beauty
treatments and stuff like that.
So
Love that, inside and outside.
yeah. So here we are, and you can see what we've got. So in addition to Veriphy, which is right here, look how good that looks. There's some Sundrunk, which is sunscreen. We've got Adoratherapy's Chakra fragrances, which I love because you can boost your mood. We've got Somebody's Zappers, Well and Wonders Body Balm, which is sort of like a great healing balm if you don't want to have actually like Tiger Balm and stuff is really toxic. It's got a lot of bad stuff in it. Yeah. Of course, Masmi. And then we've got some sunscreen, Alita, some H Honeycup. Oh, I love her. This is insane. This is such good body scrub. It's orange sunflower. It smells amazing. It's really nice. And her body oil is also lovely. And then, of course, we've got Olacia, which is one of my favorites. She is just a really thoughtful skincare brand. And one of my favorite products of hers is this charcoal self-heating mask, which is actually this. So you put it on. Why is it like, there we go. And it actually warms up. So you feel like it's getting in
Nice.
Yeah. And then she has some sheet masks too, which are kind of fun. And then there's the little cent coins at the bottom. So anyway, so if you're in Palm Springs, pop on over here to Palm Springs Vitamin Infusions. Ask for Andrew, who's there. He'll help you out. Or Carson, who's usually here. Check out our products. And I think this is fun.
So fun.
All right, so we'll see you on the next one. Bye. Okay. That was